Hello, Jodie here. In the cinema, just spent £6 on a bottle of water and a bag of chocolates for the kids. Please hire me so I can pay that back. But yeah, so I'm making this video because I've been trying to explain to different new clients and things what it is I do and why it's so important, and it kind of fits along what you see of customer success manager type roles. But if you're a new startup in Edtech, then I can see why it might be difficult to kind of grasp what that does and why it's so important, because your immediate focus is sell it, like, you know, especially if you've got investors or you're just trying to make your money back or trying to make any money if you've been kind of bootstrapping it up to now. So of course you just want to sell, and you just want to sell and get those numbers up. But the reason customer success is so important, I've been trying to explain to people, but I've come up with what I hope is a good analogy, so bear with me. So what I want you to do is, whether your Edtech product is a real thing or whether it's a website or an app or something, I want you to imagine it's a real thing. So imagine it's a black box with some buttons on, or just anything. And imagine your Edtech product and you've made it and it's beautiful and it's your baby and you love it. And then you go and put it on the shelf in a supermarket. And the supermarket's just full of loads of other stuff. And customers mostly walk past it because there's loads of other things to look at, so they're going to miss yours. And then some people who do see it just don't really get what it is. They might pick it up, shake it, wobble it around, look at the back of it, put it back. Not sure what it does. So they walk off. Some other people might have had one before, so they'll be picking up and they'll go, oh yeah, I've had one of these, yeah, they're really good. And this one looks new and shiny and it's exciting, it's a bit different to the one I had before. So they might buy it on an impulse of like, I've had one of these, I'm going to try it out again. And then other people might kind of fiddle with it a bit more, and hopefully you've made it intuitive enough that people can kind of grasp a little bit of it just by picking it up and kind of fiddling with some buttons and seeing what it does. So some people will buy it on that. But they're not going to pay a huge amount because at the moment they're not really sure what it's for. So they might buy it on a whim if it's cheap, or if they think they can get a trial, or they can try it out for a bit. And then they'll take it to their school. And they might fiddle with it a bit and they'll get a certain amount out of it, but not a huge amount. Not everything it does. They won't figure all of it out. So then they'll leave it on a shelf. And other teachers will see it on the shelf, but they won't know what it is, or they won't. And occasionally someone else might pick it up. But it just repeats, so it's now just sat in a different shelf in a school now instead. So what do we do to change that? Well, if you had a physical thing like that, you'd box it, wouldn't you? You'd put it in a box, and on the box you'd show it in action, you'd show what it does, you'd write a bit about it, you'd explain what's in the box, you'd explain what the point of it was, you'd give it a name, you'd clearly and quickly explain what it's for, what it does, who it's for, why you would use it, and a few bits and pieces and maybe a bit of instructions. You'd probably also put an instruction booklet inside, explaining exactly what to do with some examples and kind of showing people. So then you've taken it from something that people aren't sure about to like, oh, I get it, okay, I'm going to give that a go. And suddenly you've also elevated to a point where your price point gets a bit higher and more people will buy it because they know what it's for. Then if they take it back to their school and they don't use it, but they leave it on the shelf with its box, other people will go and pick it up, other people will use it. They can give it to someone out of the box and not have to do very much. They can just hand them the box because it's all there. The instruction booklet's there. So it makes it much easier for people to pass it on around their school and actually get other people using it and get it more, just people more engaged with it and people actually using it in school. Not just the one person, but everybody, because that box and that instruction booklet is telling them what they need to know. And then if you want to go a step further and really heighten that customer service to the John Lewis experience, you are going to gift wrap it. And that gift wrap is going to make it shinier, make it more exciting. You're going to go, look at what you can do. Look at this beautiful thing. And you're going to make people want to give it to other people. You're going to make them not want to buy just one for them. You're going to make them want to give it to other people. Here, look at this. Here, have this. You're also going to show them your customer service level is at a point where they're going to recommend you. And that's where your customer loyalty comes in. And that is what I do for Edtech. I help you to get your product intuitive as possible. Then I box it for you. I help people to see why to use it. That might be help tutorials, it might be blogs, it might be social media, it might be constantly reminding people what it's for, what to do with it, why, and so on. It's your help, it's getting everything really clear and making sure people know exactly what it's for and what it can do and being able to get off the ground running without too much help. And then we gift wrap it. We give them fantastic customer service, we make them advocates, we make them loyal, and we make them want to keep coming back to you, and we want them to shout from the rooftops about your product. So those are the three stages. You get your product nice and shiny, you box it, and you gift wrap it. And that is what customer success managers are all about, and that is what the consultancy is all about. So whether you need that on a short term or a long term, That is what I can do, and that's what customer success is, and that is why it matters. So I hope that analogy works for you. It kind of works for me, so I'm hoping that kind of goes through for everyone else, and I hope the noise of the cinema isn't too bad in the background. I'm off to watch some Thomas the Tank Engine, so enjoy your day. Bye!